So the Holiday Spirit chapter has been out for a few days now, and hopefully you've had a chance to play it. If not, consider this your spoiler warning on what happens in the chapter. So in the end cutscene, we get to see all the TSP members getting recruited by Willow and how all that unfolded. That was cool and everything. But there was one line in that ending cutscene that started to get me to think a little bit. It was when Felix was apologizing to Willow about the catastrophe of the play, and he says something along the lines of, I saw that you were upset when Pony and the others turned from TSP. Now, we all know that Pony was a former member of the TSP, but the key thing in that sentence is that Felix says the others. Before this chapter, we didn't really know of anyone else who left TSP except for Foxy, but that wasn't really his fault. He got infected. So, yeah, we didn't really know anyone who had left TSP. All right, and over on Twitter, Neo's Void, one of the main developers of the Holiday Spirit chapter, said on Twitter in response to a question that we will be we will be able to see the other members of TSP that left the group at some point. So I don't want to wait that long. I'm just gonna make a bunch of guesses on who they were right now. I mean, me and theories have never gone wrong before. The last theory video on this channel, I said that Tiger killed Ghosty. And I don't really have much proof in most of my statements. This is just mostly speculation. So feel free to laugh at me in the comments. Alright, so the first member, and I think the most realistic one, could have been Billy. Of course, we saw Billy in the start of the heist chapter. He helps Willow steal the pie for William. And after that, we have not seen him. Perhaps when the infection started, Willow found Billy and recruited him to TSP because, he's a strong guy. But maybe at some point, Billy thought he was strong enough to stray away from the group. Maybe he believed he was strong enough to be able to survive on his own, left TSP, and yeah, we don't really know what happened to him. Maybe he's doing fine. Maybe he's already infected. Yeah, we knew Billy and Willow were probably friends when they were younger, so it would make sense that Billy would have been a part of her survival group. But yeah, again, not much proof, just speculation. This next character is the first one that really goes off the rails here. So another potential member that me personally thinks could have been a part of TSP is Toby. Toby is of course, the firefighter tortoise or turtle. That the skin that we got from when the heist chapter released. Now, we don't know anything about Toby. We haven't seen him in the main game. He might not be a canon character. I guess he is, because he's a skin in book 2. But there's one reason why I think that Toby could have been part of TSP. And that is because, the skin came out during the heist chapter when that map was released. And that was when we saw like the beginnings, I guess, of Willow's group. So maybe that's a little foreshadowing to show that Toby is somewhat related to Willow, and maybe he was also one of the original members of TSP, but for some reason left or something. And again, zero proof for this, just full guesswork. But I think it would be cool to finally give Toby some story. And, if you want characters to fill in the role of former TSP members without creating any plot holes, a character with zero story would be just fine for that. Alright, so I've got 2 more potential members to go through. These 2 I'm just going to lump together because basically I reckon they're roughly the same reason that they left. But I think Alphys and Coley may have been former TSP members. So Alphys and Coley are the 2 bots for Sewers and Factory, and we both know they both have some sort of role in the insolence, as seen when Tio summons a bunch of infected creatures to stop us. Coley and Alphys were both there, along with a bunch of other insolents infected. Now, what I always thought was a weird thing about Alphys and Coley is that how would a survival group from the infection would just keep 2 infected creatures, insolence creatures, nonetheless, just in the sewers of one of their safe spaces. It's just very strange. And what's stranger is that both of these are part of the insolence, and I think might have an explanation for it. We know Tio was able to get in Pony's head and, sort of manipulate him, I guess, affect him a lot mentally. And there is a note in Factory that says, "We're not the evil people here, right? I mean, the pony did a number on us when he deserted us with it." Now, we don't know what it may be, but it could mean the insolence. What if Tio sort of used Pony to get into the minds of more TSP members, ergo Alphys and Coley, and be perhaps those two are more weaker-minded characters, so that means Tio would have been able to influence them a lot more. And what if he used that influence to guide Alphys and Coley away from TSP in resulting them getting them infected and being part of the insolence? Anyway, so those are my, I guess, theories and predictions of who could have formerly been in TSP. And of course, they could just be like completely new characters, but where's the fun in that? Hopefully, I'll have this video up before the start of the new year. So I hope you all had a good 2025, and I'll see you in 2026. See ya.